Alright guys, James Holt, and in today's video I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to give you an actual breakdown of my expenses, my store's profits, and I'm not going to give you exact figures, I'm just going to give you the percentages because honestly it's none of your business how much I make. I give out advice, you should believe me based on my content, not based on the amount of money I claim to make, because well, there's no way you can verify whether that's even true or not. So just being honest with you, completely open with what my breakdown are in terms of how much in percentage terms of my revenue goes to product sourcing, goes to ads, goes to employees, goes to profits, etc. So I put out a tweet thread a few days ago and I just want to go in a bit more depth about all these numbers. So I ran the numbers for January. This is just the month of January, all my stores combined. These are all dropshipping stores, they all run on Shopify, they all do exactly what I teach on this channel. So this is what you can expect to get in a average or actually below average month. So based on total revenue, I spent 25% on products. So 25% of my revenues went straight to AliExpress suppliers for the products I sold. 50% was spent on ads. That includes both Instagram influencer shoutouts and Facebook ads. This is a number that is higher than it should be and why I didn't end up with a great profit margin for the month. I'll explain later in a bit more detail. So finally, 10% went to this broader category, which is employees and other. It's basically the VAs, but also the Shopify subscriptions, the apps, the random costs that just come up, credit card processors, banking costs, all of that is included in this 10%. Of course, if you're new, if you're not selling a lot, then this will be higher, or if you don't have employees, this may be a little bit lower. This all just depends. I'm just giving you my numbers to give you a rough idea what the breakdown is. So what is left over? 15% profit margin for me left over. So that would mean, hypothetically, I didn't, but hypothetically, if I made 100,000 in this month revenue, 15 grand would be left over for me. That's what those numbers mean. This was a below average month for me. The profit margin is usually higher. It's usually between 20 and 35 to maybe 40%. Now, the reason why this was a below average month was because I was mass testing. Specifically, I was testing a bunch of Instagram influencer pages that I'd never done before. I was testing different products on those pages for multiple of my stores. When you're testing, not every test is going to work. That's just in the nature of testing. You test to find out whether it works, and if it does, you continue with it. If it doesn't, you stop doing it. So you're only going to make that mistake once, maybe twice if you test two different products. But after that, your profit margins will improve because you only run shoutouts on pages that were previously successful. Now, I was testing pages that I'd never done before, so I didn't know that's why this 50% for ads is higher than normal. The following month, February, is looking a lot better, even though I haven't quite completed doing this breakdown. February, of course, was better then because of the data, because of what I learned about these influencers. I learned which ones work, and I also had enough sales data that I was able to create the lookalike audience on Facebook and start running Facebook ads, which have a better profit margin than this here. So the other thing that's important to mention are these employees. So even though I only made 15% of my revenue as pure profit, that is actually quite good because I didn't spend a lot of time on this business. All I did was choose the pages and create the copy for it. Everything else is just about delegated. I've delegated most of the work from these dropshipping stores. I've got a few VAs working for me full time now. They're trained, they know how to write copy, they know how to reach out to influencers, they know how to evaluate them. They know all these things because I've spent hours and I've spent a few months training them, bringing them on, teaching them how I do things, with some of these YouTube videos that you guys watch, with parts of the course that I'm about to release, they've been trained and they know how to do these tasks that are needed to build a dropshipping store. So I actually don't need to spend much time on this. However, it is quite cash flow intensive, so there's quite a bit of my money just running through these businesses, generating good returns, so about 15%. I mean, you're not going to get that with any conventional investment, Bitcoin, but yeah, you're putting cash through the business, and at the end of the month you have more cash, hopefully, if you're doing a good job at least. So that's about all there is to say about this. It's not spectacular, it's not scaling to $1 million, but it is very real. It is the real life of a dropshipper. My philosophy is all about consistency. I like consistent income. I value consistent income above big spikes and then big drops. So that's just the way I do business. If you want to chase trends and scale to 10k a week, then by all means go for that. I prefer the more consistent income so that I can actually now look at this number. I say in January I made 15% gross margin. I want to improve that to 20%. If you're chasing trends, you've got no chance of looking at that. That's just pure chance what your margins are, because the product that is trendy will change from month to month. So I'm selling the same products now. It's 21st of March. I'm selling the same products now I was selling in January. I've added, of course, I've changed the descriptions, and I'm improving the store. I'm improving the margins. I'm improving the ads, improving the traffic sources, consistently improving over time. You just can't do that if you're running these big trend products that spike up huge earnings, make for cool revenue screenshots. I'm sure they'd go down great on YouTube with you guys, but that's just not how I do business. I teach you how I actually run my stores. Perhaps not what you love to see, but this is the reality. So thank you very much for watching. If you like this kind of video, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel for more. Currently still doing the daily uploads. We'll see how long that continues as we move towards the launch date of Start Dropshipping stuff, which I've almost completed, just putting some finishing touches on that now. And if you're interested in that, definitely go to startsellingstuff.com, sign up for the email list, and you'll be the first to be notified when the product drops, and you'll get in at the best price ever. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in that next video tomorrow.